Over 10,000 vehicles are running on propane here in Michigan, and 200 of those vehicles are right here at the Flint Mass Transit Authority. And Ed, you've made this happen. You were actually instrumental in making this happen back in 2011 when you said, I'm going to go with propane vehicles. What made you to decide that?
You know, in 2008 through 2010, we had a huge spike in the cost of diesel. At the same time, we understood that the particulate that comes out of a diesel engine is not good for our community. We were looking for an alternative, whether that was compressed natural gas or propane, and propane was the choice that we made, and it's been an absolutely great outcome.
Well, I know the price of propane is a lot less than diesel and gasoline.
Oh, absolutely. And even today, today we're operating vehicles, after we get the federal reimbursement, we're at about 22 cents a gallon.
Significant savings. I mean, and you're not using taxpayer dollars to make this switch.
No, we're not. In fact, over a 5-year period, we saved over $4 million using propane, not counting even the maintenance offsets and, filters and clean operation. And so for us, it's been a win-win.
So the return on investment, it sounds like it's happened pretty quick.
It has, and it continues. And it's our intent to replace even more of our vehicles with propane.
Well, and you're running Ford E450s as well as school buses.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we have the new truck chassis that have the propane. They're the newest addition, bigger tanks. They're working great. Drivers love them. I know the maintenance department loves them. We love the cost reduction. So.
Absolutely, cost reduction is a huge thing. And also, you talked about emissions. I mean, air quality is very important to you for Genesee County residents, and you've dropped that. Can you just talk about how much emissions you've cut back by using propane?
Well, the actual reduction, the pounds of particulate that we've reduced, I don't have that number right on my lips here this morning, but I can tell you that we're 85% along the way of having an all-alternative fuel fleet. Much of that will be propane.
That's fantastic, and I've done some of the research. Yeah, the nitric oxide is way down in the particulate by thousands and thousands of pounds, and people don't really realize that you've done this, but you've done a fantastic job.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's very important to us to be a good neighbor, be good to the community, at the same time be a good servant over the funds that we do receive.
Right. You're an ambassador, made this happen, and other cities are following you. So thank you so much, Ed. And like Ed said, the cost reduction is amazing, but we got to know what's happening under the hood. So we've got Mike the mechanic. Mike, you've worked on propane vehicles. What do you say about that?
Well, going from primarily the diesel powered, where you're dealing with the oil and the soot, they're much cleaner, and the mechanics appreciate that. It's a lot easier for them to inspect the engine or the components,
right.
And then you don't have the exhaust fumes. Normally these garages would be full of black sooty smoke, and now
right.
We don't see hardly any of that.
You actually walk out as clean going in, leaving work as you do. Well, any other things you want to talk about? I mean, really, there's no soot. It's a clean engine. You get an extension of that engine life.
Yes, they seem to perform. They last longer. They don't have as much breakdown. So.
All right. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. You've been great. Thank you so much. And there are millions of dollars available to convert your engines to propane. And the Michigan Propane Gas Association does have rebates, $4,000 for new propane vehicles or those conversions. So be sure to go to myautogas.com. I'm Kathy Schaefer with the Michigan Propane Gas Association. Thanks for tuning in.